We're taking a look at a series of 18-inch tall units from the Vente Hood manufacturer. Within the lineup, Vente Hood is offering the PRXH 18, which is the professional lip, the NPH 18, which is the Nuvo Pro rounded lower lip, the SLH 18, which is the emerald cut lip, the PWVH 18, which is their defined lip, and the DAH 18, which is the flare line shape. And Vente Hood is offering the XRH 18, which is going to be their Excalibur. Now these units are canopy style hoods that can collect the smoke as it's rising up off the cooking surface within the body of the hood. This is superior over filter style hoods since they can reflect 20 to 30% of those contaminants before the blower system can draw them into the hood, making them less efficient. Now these Vente hoods feature dual level halogen lights at both a 25 and a 50 watt setting. They're also going to come complete with Vente Hood's Easy Clean system, which is as simple as removing this heat shield to reveal a tray where your grease will liquefy. Now you're going to find these units in a number of different blower configurations. Vente Hood offers a 2-blower hood that's going to give you 600 CFM at 6.5 sewn volume level. You're also going to find a 3-blower configuration that's going to give you 900 CFM at a 6.3 sewn volume level. And what we're looking at here is a 4-blower configuration. Now this is going to give you 1200 CFM and it's rated only at 6.6 sews in volume. I'd also like to bring mention to the 3-inch overhang we'd like your canopy to have on both sides of your cooktop whenever your cabinet configuration will allow. In addition to that, this series of hoods has a recommended mounting height of 30 inches off the cooktop. The reason for this, as smoke rises off the cooktop, it begins to cool off at a certain elevation and has more lateral movement. So in order to give you maximum performance, we'd like to see you observe the recommended mounting height and the 3 inches of extra canopy on both sides of the stove. In addition to that, Vente Hood offers the same series of hoods in X depth. If you see an X in the model number, it's going to give you 27 inches in depth, and this is going to be ideal for indoor or outdoor barbecues or commercial depth ranges that come out beyond a standard residential counter depth. In addition to that, we also offer a series of Bbq Extensions. Feel free to contact the Kitchen Foundry for the models that those will be compatible with, and between this model and the Bbq Extension, we can get you out as far as 30 inches in the cases where you need extra depth. Now I'm going to talk for just a moment about installation considerations as we take a look at our 18-inch tall hood. Right out of the gate, you're going to notice that we have these collars on top, and we're going to need to conceal those collars in your kitchen so they're not visible. Your installer is going to connect this exhaust pipe, which is going to continue the exhausting air either through your attic, out your roof cap, or he'll turn that air so it'll go outside your kitchen wall. Now within the options that you have, you can either install this unit into a cabinet in which the duct pipe will be concealed behind the false fronts of that cabinet. You can also have your installer create what we call a soffit, and a soffit's basically going to be an extension of drywall in the form of a box on top of this hood that can conceal that duct pipe as it travels up the wall. Or another option is you can purchase a duct cover from us, which is a piece of metal that will extend the top of the hood to your ceiling line. Typically we stock them in 1-foot increments, so if you have an 8-foot, 9-foot, or 10-foot ceiling, there's a chance we're going to have that duct cover in stock. Anything odd size we can have custom made. We can even have the duct cover vaulted for if your ceiling has a vault and you need us to make this duct cover at a certain pitch and marry it up to your ceiling and install this hood at our recommended mounting height. Now one last option I need to bring mention to you is the drop deck line. Now in this particular series of 18-inch tall wall mount hoods, we can order any of these units custom from the manufacturer with what we call a dropped deck line. Now here in this picture I'm showing you a PRH 18-236 with a deck line that's dropped down to the 9-inch elevation. Now that's going to take the edge off the performance of the hood slightly, because you're going from an 18 tall canopy down to a 9-inch tall capture, but at the same time it's going to allow you to use the manufacturer's VP 561 back vent elbow to take the exhaust air directly off the top of the deck line and out the back wall of the house. And this could be a viable option for you if A, you want to spare the expense of purchasing a duct cover to go all the way to your ceiling line, or B, maybe just aesthetically you don't like the idea of having a duct cover. Contact us at kitchenfoundry.com and we'll quote you cost on the model of your preference. Another thing we're going to need to know in advance is from your contractor or kitchen designer is if your stud configuration in the wall is going to give you enough clearance to run our VP 561 back vent elbow. Studs are typically 17 inches on center. They're structural. They can't be modified or cut. So we need to make sure that there is enough room in between your studs to run this back vent elbow. If the stud's directly in line of the back vent elbow, then the drop deck line unit may not be a viable option for you, and you'll need to jog that duct run to the left or to the right before turning the air to exhaust out the side of your kitchen. Moving right along the line with the subject of installation, as we had pointed out in the last clip, this VP 561 is an option if you have a 2-blower or a 4-blower configuration. On a 4-blower you could use 2 of these VP 561s and 2 of their VP 538 wall caps to go directly out a back wall of your kitchen if space allows. Now if you're working with a 3-blower configuration, you're going to find one of these rings is 6 inches in diameter and one of them will be 8. So we can use a 6-inch diameter adjusting elbow. We can use an 8-inch diameter adjusting elbow to take the air out the back wall of the house. And you'll find at ventahoodparts.com that we have the appropriate VP 526 for the 6-inch round exhaust, and we have a VP 528 wall cap for use with our 8-inch diameter elbows. Now you ask, why would I want to use the manufacturer's wall louver? Well, it's got a gravity closed flap, it's a high flow exhaust. The size of the opening also has to be equal to the size of the pipe you're connecting it to. If you don't have the appropriate size exhaust port, then it's going to reduce performance on your hood. On the 8-inch side, we're looking for 50 square inches. And in the case of some of these wall caps that you find at your local hardware store, the actual exhaust port might be reduced, cutting your performance. You can purchase our VP 563 transition. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take 2 8-inch ports and combine them into one big 12-inch port that you'll be able to send through your attic and up to your roof. Ventahood offers a couple of different roof caps. Depending on the pitch of your roof, you'll need to know how steep your roof is before determining which roof cap they would recommend. Now if you have a 3-blower hood, you'd then want to use our VP 562 transition, which is going to be a 6-inch and an 8-inch diameter ring, and that's going to take these exhaust ports up to one 10-inch diameter, which will go through your roof and up to your roof line. And you'll find at ventahoodparts.com we have a number of different roof caps depending on the pitch or slope of your roof. And if you're looking for a deal on a Ventahood that's on fire, come back to kitchenfoundry.com and click the link to our closeout store, where we have a large selection of closeout models at discount prices.